Absolutely massive breaking news coming out of the WWE on Saturday night. It is absolutely an emergency. Coming out of WWE Headquarters, according to those that know, remember to become a channel member below. Hype up the video. Make sure to like the video and comment. Multiple sources are reporting that the game Triple H could be losing control of WWE Creative. And the backstage situation is absolute chaos. We're talking about last minute storyline changes, confused talent, frustrated writers, and some very serious questions about who is really running the show right now. This could be one of the biggest backstage shakeups since Triple H took over creative control a couple of years ago. And if these reports prove to be true, we might be witnessing a complete power shift in the WWE. So let's break down everything we know. Separate the facts from the rumors and figure out what this means for Raw, SmackDown, and the future of WWE programming. Let's get into it. All right, so here's what we know for sure. Multiple WWE sources have confirmed to various wrestling news outlets that there are significant creative disagreements between and happening Triple H and other key decision makers within the company. Now, this isn't just normal creative back and forth. This is reportedly causing real problems. Several high-profile changes have been implemented at the absolute last minute, and this is causing major confusion among both the talent and the production staff. Wrestlers are showing up to the TV tapings not knowing what their angle is going to be. Writers are scrambling to rewrite segments before showtime, and the production team is having to adjust on the fly. But here's where it gets really interesting, viewers, fans, and subscribers. WWE superstars privately expressed concerns about the inconsistent creative direction. Some are questioning whether Triple H still has run and has the final say over programming decisions, or if someone else is stepping in and overruling him ultimately. Now, we all know that WWE recently added new writers to the SmackDown creative team, according to rumors. The Road Dogg is still the head writer, but they brought in additional help specifically to address criticism about storytelling quality. That tells us that WWE management is aware there's a problem. And remember, just a few weeks ago, Fire Triple H was actually trending on social media after some weak storyline conclusions. WWE had to publicly acknowledge fan concerns, which is pretty rare for them. That kind of public pressure creates internal pressure, and that's when you start really seeing power struggles behind the scenes. Plus, we had Seth Rollins, the injury situation, the forced last-minute changes to Survivor Series, and when you're already dealing with creative tension and then you throw in an emergency rewrites because of injuries, that's where things can really spiral out of control. Add to that, Rhea Ripley is injured, Piper Niven is injured, and there's a multitude of other wrestlers that are not 100%. And then you got AJ Styles retiring. You got John Cena retiring. And then along with that, the WWE has just announced a Gold Rush. The WWE Gold Rush tournament will return, viewers, fans, and subscribers. So right now, this is what we know. Now let's talk about what people are saying, the rumors that are flying around and what this could all mean. The biggest question everyone is asking is Vince McMahon getting involved again? Now officially, Vince has no creative role in WWE anymore. Fact. But we all know Vince, and we know he still has connections. He still has influence, and if he's still seeing storylines that he doesn't like or ratings concerning him, is it possible he's making phone calls? Is he sending in text messages? Is he sending in emails? Is he suggesting changes? Some insiders think that's exactly what's happening. They also speculate that this could be coming from the TKO side, the corporate ownership. Maybe they're looking at metrics. They're looking at social media reactions, and they're telling Triple H, hey, we need to make some changes here. That would explain why high-level decisions are being overhauled, just like SmackDown needed huge changes over the last several weeks, because we all know about the criticism that SmackDown has drawn. Another theory floating around is that this is actually about WWE's transition in the Netflix era. We all know that Raw is already on Netflix and it's going to continue for the next 9 years. And there's pressure to shift their creative style, making it more binge-worthy, more serialized. This kind of fundamental change in approach could absolutely cause this kind of creative chaos we are hearing about. Some people are even comparing Triple H to Dana White, saying he wants to be the central brand figure, but maybe WWE management doesn't want that. They want to focus on the wrestlers, not on the guy running creative. And here's the wildest rumor, perhaps, of this entire video. Some sources suggest we could see a major restructuring of WWE's creative team in the coming months. Not just adding writers, but potential changes to the entire power structure. Would Triple H stay in charge? Would they bring in a new head of creative? Would they go back to a committee system like the old days? One thing is for sure, okay? When you have wrestlers questioning the direction, fans Fans trending fire Triple H and last-minute changes becoming the norm instead of the exception. Something's got to give. This level of chaos is not sustainable. So here's my final take of all of this. I think there's definitely truth to some of these reports about creative disagreements. You don't get this many sources saying the same thing unless something real is happening backstage. But I also think we need to be careful about jumping to conclusions. Triple H has done a lot of good things since taking over creative. We have seen better in-ring action, longer matches, and more focused on actual wrestling, but he's also made some questionable booking decisions, and when you're in charge, you're going to take the heat for that. The question is this: does WWE stick with Triple H and let him work through the pitch, the rough patch, or do they make a change? And if they make a change, who replaces him? Because I don't think going back to Vince McMahon era is the answer, but I also don't know if the current system is working either. What do you think? Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, and your emotions. If you want more videos like this, click the bell, subscribe, and become a channel member today.